So, so today's topic is biosynthesis of pyrimidine. Okay. So today we are going to tell about this biosynthesis of pyrimidine. Actually, here this is the pyridine ring, so which is having two heterocyclic rings. One is imidazole ring, and second one is pyridine ring. Okay. And but today we are discussing about pyrimidine biosynthesis. That means here at this position, at nitrogen base position, here we are having pyrimidine ring. Okay, only one heterocyclic ring is present here at this position, and here this pyrimidine ring, so which is attached to the sugar D sugar by glycosidic bond. This is the bond between pyrimidine ring and D sugar, and this D sugar is attached to phosphate ion, phosphate molecule by ester bond, phosphate ester bond. So combinedly, collectively, these three compounds are called to be nucleotide. If purine is present, this nucleotide is called to be purine nucleotide. If pyrimidine is present, this nucleotide is called to be pyrimidine nucleotide. So this is the pyrimidine structure, basic structure. Here the numbering will be starting from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here two nitrogen atoms are present here, and these are the examples for the pyrimidine. So first one is cytosine, uracil, and thymine. So cytosine is having amine group at fourth position. So that's why this is called 2-oxy. Second position, oxygen group is present. 2-oxy 4-amino pyrimidine. And uracil, here uracil is 2,4-dioxy. This is second position, and fourth position here oxygen molecule is present. So that's why 2,4-dioxy pyrimidine. And third one is thymine. So thymine 2,4-dioxy 5-methyl pyrimidine. That means second position oxygen is present, and also fourth position oxygen is present. At fifth position methyl group is present. Okay, so we are having three different types of pyrimidines: cytosine, uracil, and thymine. Yes, but in DNA, cytosine and thymine is present. In RNA, in the presence of thymine, in the place of thymine, uracil is present and cytosine is present. So cytosine and uracil is present in RNA. Cytosine and thymine is present in DNA. Yes. Okay. So here in biosynthesis of pyrimidine, actually in biosynthesis of purine, we are taking ribose 5-phosphate as precursor for the reaction. But here, actually, here we are taking carbon dioxide and glutamine. So before going to start this synthesis, we need to know the source of pyrimidine. Here, these are the three important sources for the pyrimidine. So first one is carbon dioxide, and here carbon dioxide is providing carbon, and second source is glutamine. So here nitrogen will be provided by glutamine, and third source is aspartate. So aspartate is having 3 carbons and 1 nitrogen. So actually aspartate is having 4 carbons and 1 nitrogen, and here one carbon is attached in the form of COO, ester group. COO will be present in the later stages. This COO will be released in the form of carbon dioxide. That is a decarboxylation reaction. So here this aspartate is having actually 4 carbons and 1 nitrogen, but only 3 carbons and 1 nitrogen will be involved in the pyrimidine ring. So 1 carbon will be removed in the form of carbon dioxide. So finally, we are having 3 important sources for the formation of pyrimidine ring. So here the reaction will be starting from this position, carbon dioxide. In first step, carbon dioxide and glutamine will be added. In the second step, aspartate will be added. In the third step, here the ring will be closed here. The ring will be closed here. Then it is proceeding to the further reactions. So this is the biosynthesis of pyridine. Here in the first step, carbon dioxide and glutamine are combined and forming carbomoyl phosphate. So why? Because here phosphate ions will be obtained by ATP. So here ATP getting into ADP and releasing one phosphate ion. So that phosphate ion is also adding to this glutamine. So that's why this is carbamoyl. Carba means carbon dioxide. So here carbon is obtained from the carbon dioxide. Moyl, that means amine group which will be obtained from the glutamine source. And here one carbon will be present. Amyl, here one nitrogen will be present along with one phosphate. This phosphate will be obtained from the ATP. Here this enzyme is carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 2. Here we are forming carbamoyl phosphate. So that way this is called synthetase enzyme. So carbamoyl phosphate synthetase 2 enzyme will be obtained here. In the second step, here aspartate will be added. So this is the source. Here aspartate, which is having 3 carbons and 1 nitrogen, and one more carbon is present in the form. It will be removed in the form of carbon dioxide. And this is the source. Here we are adding in the second step. In the second step, aspartate is added here. So now it is converting to carbamoyl aspartate. Okay, that means a phosphate ion will be removed here, and here aspartate will be added here. So, but this aspartate is having 4 carbons, 1 nitrogen, but only 3 carbons will be involved in the formation of pyridine, and 1 carbon dioxide will be removed in the later stages. This is the second step. So now, so in first step, carbon and nitrogen is added. In the second step, here aspartate is added. Now ring has to be closed. So this is the third step. Here in this third step, here water molecule will be removed, and here in the presence of dihydroorotate, here carbamoyl aspartate is converting into dihydroorotate. Okay, so this is the ring closure reaction. So this is the enzyme which is responsible for ring closure of pyrimidine ring. So now this dihydroorotate, so which is converting into orotate. Yes. So this is the carbamoyl aspartate. So carbamoyl aspartate is having carbon. Moyl means one amine group is present. So this amine group will be obtained from the glutamine source. So this is the, so here this is the amine group and this is the carbon. So here this CO group which is obtained from the carbon dioxide, and this is the amine, so which is obtained from the glutamine source. Okay, and here from here this point from here to this is, so this is obtained from the aspartate. So aspartate is having 4 carbons, 1 carbon, 2, 3 and 4 carbon and 1 nitrogen. But in pyridine ring, here only 3 carbons are involved, like 1, 2, 3 carbons are involved, and here 1 carbon is present, but in the form of ester. But in later stages, this carbon dioxide will be removed in the form of carbon dioxide, and one nitrogen is also available in the aspartate. So this is carbamoyl aspartate. So here in this step, dihydroorotate, so which is converting into orotate. So here dihydroorotate is releasing 2 hydrogens. Here at this position, 1 hydrogen will be released and 1 hydrogen will be released from the CH2, and here a double bond will be formed. Okay, so now this dihydroorotate is converting into orotate. The structure, the difference between these two structures are, so this is the difference, main difference, that it has a double bond in orotate. In dihydroorotate, it doesn't have any double bond. And these hydrogens which will be removed from the dihydroorotate, which will be accepted by NAD plus, and this NAD plus is converting into NADH and H plus. So that's why this is dehydrogenase enzyme. Here this enzyme is involved, here is dehydrogenase. See here dihydroorotate, so here 2 hydrogens will be removed and it is converting into orotate. So 2 hydrogens are removed, so that's why this is called dehydrogenation reaction. If hydrogens are added, hydrogenation reaction, but here hydrogens are removed from the structure, so that's why this is called dehydrogenation reaction. Here dehydrogenation is occurred from the dihydroorotate, so that's why this enzyme is called dihydroorotate dehydrogenation. These released hydrogens will be accepted by NAD coenzyme and it is converting into NADH and H plus. So now this orotate is converting into orotidine monophosphate. So here, important thing is here PRPP is involved here. PRPP means phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate. So that means here a nucleoside will be attached. The nucleoside will be attached. So nucleoside is containing a ribose portion as well as one phosphate portion. So the nucleoside will be attached here to the orotate. So that's why this is called orotate phosphoribosyl transferase. That means here orotate is transferred to phosphoribosyl phosphate. So that's why this is orotidine monophosphate. Actually here, so this is the nucleotide, this is a purine nucleotide. Actually, if you are having any pyrimidine structure here, this is called to be pyrimidine nucleotide. In purine nucleotide, here the main precursor will be 5-ribose phosphate, but here, so we are not taking 5-ribose phosphate as a main precursor here. Here we are taking carbon dioxide and glutamine source are the main precursor for the pyrimidine formation. In later stages, after formation of pyrimidine ring, then only this PRPP, that is D sugar and phosphate, will be attached here. So this is the difference between purine synthesis and pyrimidine synthesis. In purine synthesis, ribosyl phosphate will be initial part, and but here in the later stages, in the pyrimidine synthesis, in later stages, so this PRPP will be added. So here PRPP, that is phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate, will be added here. So now, so it is converting into a nucleotide, so which is having orotidine monophosphate. Okay. And here carbon dioxide is available, already is there. It is obtained from the aspartate. So this carbon dioxide will be released here. See, here we are having already carbon dioxide. So this carbon dioxide is added by the source of aspartate. But this carbon dioxide, we doesn't require this carbon dioxide in the pyrimidine structure. So that's why this carbon dioxide will be released. See here. So orotate is having COO minus. So this COO minus will be released in the form of carbon dioxide. So here carbon dioxide will be released. So now it is converting into uridine monophosphate. That means OMP is converting into UMP. So OMP means orotidine monophosphate, which is having COO group, and uridine monophosphate, which doesn't have COO group. Now it is converting into UMP. So here this UMP is ATP dependent reaction. ATP is involved here. And so due to presence of ATP here, the enzyme will be kinase. Now uridine monophosphate is converting into uridine diphosphate. So why? Because here one phosphate ion will be added to the uridine. So uridine is already having one phosphate, and one phosphate will be given by ATP, and that's why this is converting into UDP, that is uridine diphosphate. So this is the structure of uridine. This is the structure of uridine. So here COO will be released here, and here it is attached to the ribophosphate. Okay. So now this UDP is converting into deoxyuridine diphosphate. Deoxyuridine diphosphate. Here, if you observe the structure name deoxy, that means it doesn't have any hydroxy group at second position. See, this is the uridine. So uridine is having hydroxy group at second position of the B sugar. But here, so when it is converting into thymidine, so thymidine doesn't have any hydroxy group at second position. So now this uridine is converting into thymine. So this is the reaction here we are seeing here. So DUDP, so deoxyuridine diphosphate in the presence of ribonucleotide reductase. Okay, so reductase, this is reduction reaction. So that means here two hydrogens will be added to this reaction. Okay. So now here uridine is having hydroxy group at second position. So this is a reduction reaction. That means here two hydrogens are added at this position, and this hydroxy group will be removed. So now it is converting into thymidine. Okay. See here two hydrogen molecules will be attached here, and so OH molecule will be removed. That's why this is called deoxyuridine diphosphate. And this DUMP, so which is converting into finally DTMP. So here DTMP, so which is having the same structure, but here one methyl group is excess. See here, this is uridine and this is thymidine. The same structure will be present, but here a methyl group added here at this position. So that's why this uridine, so when we are adding methyl position at this position, then it is called to be thymidine. If this methyl group is not present, then this is called to be uridine, but we have to say that deoxyuridine. Why? Because here hydroxy group is not present and also methyl group is not present, then the structure is called to be deoxyuridine. But here methyl group is added, so that's why this is called thymidine. This is called deoxythymidine, or we can say it is a thymidine molecule. See here deoxyuridine diphosphate, so here converting to DTMP, that is deoxythymidine monophosphate. Okay. So why? Because one methyl group is added from the source of N5 N10 methylene THF. So this methyl group is added to the deoxyuridine diphosphate, then it is converting into DTMP in the presence of thymidylate synthetase. So why? Because we are finally synthesizing thymidylate pyrimidine ring. So that's why this is called thymidylate synthetase. And here this UDP, uridine diphosphate, is also useful for formation of CTP. So CTP means the cytosine triphosphate. So before forming CTP, so we have to form UTP. UTP means uridine triphosphate. So initially here UMP is converting into UDP, so by the involving of ATP, and here also by the involving of ATP, so ATP is converting into ADP and giving one phosphate ion. That phosphate ion is already added to UDP, so UDP is already having two diphosphate ions. So now it is converting into UTP. So here these two reactions are proceeded under kinase enzyme. So why? Because ATPs are involved here. Now this UTP is converting into CTP. So CTP means cytosine triphosphate. So here glutamine is added. So this glutamine is providing amine group. So this is called amination reaction. Here amine group is added. See, so this is the difference between uridine and cytidine. So here in uridine, so here at this position, here we are having oxygen group, but here in cytidine at this position we are having amine group. So why? Because this amine will be added from the glutamine source. So that's why here, so this is amine group. See here, glutamine source is providing amine group, so that amine will be added to UTP, then it is converting into CTP. So here enzyme is CTP synthetase. So that means we are finally forming a CTP cytosine triphosphate. So that's why this is called CTP synthetase. And here we are forming so deoxy thymidine monophosphate. That's why this is called thymidylate synthetase. And here and finally, so we are forming a pyrimidine nucleotides. So why? Because here a phosphate molecule is present, and also thymidine is present, and also a sugar molecule also present. That's why this is called a nucleotide. But pyrimidine ring is present. That's why this is called pyrimidine nucleotide, and this is also pyrimidine nucleotide. So in purine nucleotide, the initial precursor will be ribose phosphate, but here we are taking initial precursor will be carbon dioxide and glutamine source. So this is about biosynthesis of pyrimidine nucleotide.